This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9. Welcome to Rio Rancho and the Class 5A state softball tournament. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers getting ready to face off against the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs. We are just running a tad late. The Lovington and Artesia game just finished up. They ran, a little bit past 11. So we will likely get started here in the next 15, 20 minutes. I think they have to rake the field and get it prepared for the next game. So you have not missed anything, but we did want to jump on the air as close to 11 as we could, so y'all weren't sitting there going, hey, where's the softball broadcast? So make sure you guys are good. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. This is an elimination game, so whoever wins this game advances. Whoever loses, it is the end of the road for them here in the 2025 season, as big as it gets as we get to this part of the year. And hey, this is a time of year that the Lady Tigers have lived in over the last number of seasons. Of course, last year making it all the way to the state championship game, but in the years prior to that, I don't know how many hours and days I've spent at this particular field over the last 4 or 5 years, but it's been a lot, and it's been a lot for all these young ladies that are getting ready to play this game. So. And they get a very, very, very familiar opponent in Las Cruces. They saw them 3 times this year, and you know that it's going to be a very competitive game. Alamo lost a 1-run game, and Alamo won a pair of 2-run games on the road, and they were back and forth and very exciting. So you just got to think that this is going to be another one. I mean, the district finish, Mayfield finished 9-6, Alamogordo went 8-7. And Las Cruces went 7-8. Everybody was just so tight in there. Oregon Mountain was right in the mix as well. Centennial, of course, went undefeated in district play this year. I had heard earlier that Mayfield was beating Centennial, but I hadn't checked in on that score in a while, so I'll have to look and see if they've maybe updated that online. We'll also try to get you guys some updates from Tularosa and Robertson, which is happening over on the west side of Albuquerque, quite a ways away from where we're at here. And if we get one, we'll certainly pass it along to you guys and let you know what's happening with that game as well. One positive seems to be our broadcast is up and going and good. At times it has been sketchy internet here in this area over the years, so as of right now, we're doing pretty good from that standpoint. So we're definitely happy about that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a break and return. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Alamogordo and Las Cruces coming up for you guys in about probably about 10, 15 minutes from right now. So stay with us here at Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Not yet. Yet.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game! Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to Rio Rancho and Cleveland High School as the Class 5A state tournament and the 4A state tournament, they're all going on here. In fact, you had the winner's side of the bracket playing in 4A and 5A starting at 9 a.m., and now it's the elimination games here in 4A and 5A that are going on over the next hour or couple of hours. And these are the only games that are getting played today. They're not running all day long on Thursday. That was kind of the change up to the schedule this year, was that they actually everybody's waiting for second game to happen. It kind of makes things a little bit nicer up here. So I like the way they did the regionals last weekend. Speaking of last weekend, Alamogordo got the win over Rio Rancho High School by a final score of 7-3. That game, well, we got to about the sixth inning, and then the weather and the darkness rolled in, and we couldn't finish until Saturday morning. But the Lady Tigers held on for the win, and then would play Cibola in the second game. They lost 5-1. I would say a game a little bit closer. Folks dropped off. At least we're having our issues in the pregame show and not during the actual game broadcast. Alamogordo's dugout is right here next to me. I'm sitting along the third base line, and Las Cruces over in the first place line. Alamogordo will be the home team for today's game. So they will bat last, which is honestly a bigger advantage than really you realize in these situations, to have that last at bat and that opportunity to maybe get something in the 6th, 7th inning, or just be able to walk off a game. And if you're playing a 1-1 ball game, and the pressure is always a little bit more on for the team that has to pitch in the bottom half of the inning, the away team. So we'll see. But this Lady Tiger team that, interestingly, the home team didn't win a game in this series earlier in the year. Alamo lost at home 5-4. Las Cruces lost at home, I believe it was 11-9 and 8-6 in the 2 games that they played earlier this season. So, why that went in that direction when, obviously I'm sitting here saying, oh, yeah, being the home team makes a big difference in all of it. But, it's one of those quirky things that can happen in the regular season for sure. So it'll be interesting to see how much of that means in the state tournament. And like I said, things happen at this time of year that haven't happened all season long for whatever reason, in good ways and bad ways. It's just one of those things that, for whatever reason, somebody gets hot as a hitter, somebody gets hot as a pitcher, and, not that they've played poorly throughout the regular season, but they do something special, and then vice versa, where, all of a sudden you're not hitting the ball the way that you have all season long for whatever reason, or pitching isn't working quite the way that you'd wanted. So, so 5-4 in that first game in Alamogordo. Lady Tigers had some good chances in that one. Left some runners on base in some key moments. They fell behind 4-0 early, then 5-0, and then came back and made it 5-4, all in a 4th inning, but just couldn't add on any more runs in the later portion of that game. And this is a Las Cruces team that we could see 2 different pitchers today, either Leah Pacheco or Kaya Renteria. I think we saw both pitchers go in the matchup in Alamogordo, and then in Las Cruces, I think they kind of float between the 2. And as a matter of fact, when I was chatting with the coach, the Las Cruces coach, getting his lineup beforehand, he hadn't decided who his pitcher was going to be as of yet. So, and he says it's something that they decide, minutes before game time on who they're going to go with as their starting pitcher. So, it's I would say it's nice to have that choice, the fact that you've got a couple different players that you feel like are comfortable in putting them in that position, and having that choice. We know Chloe Lunar is going to be the starting pitcher here in this one. In fact, we'll run through the lineup coming up next. We'll take another break. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Alamogordo and Las Cruces High elimination game here at the Class 5A state tournament. It's coming up for you next, and it's right here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Congratulations, class of 2025. It is time to celebrate you and all of your achievements. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We are proud of you. We are honored as a community to celebrate your hard work. Whether you plan to continue your education, begin a new career, join the military, or chase adventure, you hold the keys to your success. Congratulations from the Board of Directors, officers, and associates of First National Bank.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to Cleveland High School. We're in Rio Rancho. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. The field has been drug, and the umpires, at least 2 of the 3, are here. Alamogordo and Las Cruces going through their infield and outfield drills along the first base and third base line as well. Alamogordo wearing their all-black uniforms. I haven't seen them wear these this year, to be honest. Maybe they've worn them on the road, but gold numerals. They've got black pants, black tops, and it says Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on the front in cursive on their uniforms today. Las Cruces in pinstripe uniforms. They're blue uniforms with white pinstripes, white numerals, and red outlining. Then red numerals, red lettering outlined in white. It says Bulldogs across the front, Lady Bulldogs. And looks like the coaches are getting ready to meet home plate. Do have a final score for you guys. La Cueva beat Cibola 4-3. I don't know. Mayfield and Centennial may still be playing. As just looking in that direction, it looks like folks are still over there. So that game may not be over quite as of yet. And then Etrisco and Carlsbad are going to play directly behind us. And we'll get started here in just a little while. The 4A games that were in action here. Silver beat Aztec 7-1. Artesia over Lovington 7-2. So those two teams move on the winner side of the bracket. Aztec moves down to play either Los Alamos or Belen, and then St. Pius and Goddard. The winner of that game will play Lovington in their next one. So that's what's going on in Class 4A. In 3A and AA, unfortunately, Tularosa eliminated yesterday. They fell to St. Mike's. St. Mike's then lost to West Las Vegas today. Robertson, they beat Santa Fe Indian School. And so it's West Las Vegas, Robertson, Dexter, and Cobre that are remaining in Class 3A in softball. Single A, double A, you've got, let's see, Estancia and Hojo Academy, and then Loving and Capitan remaining. Capitan knocked off Raybeth Christian. Loving beat Raton today. And so they'll actually have their championship games, the single A, double A, and then triple A will be happening at at UNM on Friday, and then 4A and 5A championships happening on Saturday. So hopefully we'll still be up here for Saturday. A ways to go for the Lady Tigers to get there, though. And we'll run through baseball when we have a little bit of time. We probably will at some point. But again, Tularosa is actually playing right now. That game happening over at the Jennifer Ryder Sports Kindness Complex. That is over on the west side near like Community Stadium and that area. So they've got a lot of new stuff over in that vicinity. And I think they've got quarterfinal games going on all day today across all the classifications except for single A. And so we'll try to let you know what happens in that one. I think they're the first ones out today are Robertson and Tularosa. So, all right, let's get you those starting lineups for each side. The Las Cruces starting lineup outside of pitcher, it's the only thing we don't know yet. But Erica Silva will lead things off. She's the catcher. Adriana Pena is the shortstop. She hits second. Kaya Renteria is number 26. She'll hit third, and she'll either be the pitcher or the second baseman. Zaisha Hawkins is the center fielder. She wears number 13 and hits cleanup. Danae DiMatteo will be the first baseman, and she wears number 3. She is hitting fifth. Hitting sixth is Leah Pacheco, and wearing number 21, she'll, again, either be the pitcher or the second baseman. We won't find that out until we get to the bottom half of the inning. Amaya Pinedo is the number 7 hitter. She wears number 12 and is the third baseman. Number 1, Cami Munda, is the left fielder, and she'll hit 8th, and their designated player is Jeslyn Gallardo. She is wearing number 17. Their flex for her is the right fielder, Ariana Sanchez, and she wears number 28. For the Alamogordo Lady Tigers, no big changes from what we've seen pretty much all season long. Amani Kosum is the second baseman. She leads things off. Haley Evans is the catcher. She'll hit second. Chloe Lunar is the pitcher, and she will hit third. Davi Gonzalez is the third baseman and will hit cleanup. Alyssa Bautista is the first baseman and will hit fifth. Iceland Ortiz is the shortstop and will hit sixth. Alexis Rodriguez, the right fielder. She goes off in the 7th spot. Maddie Ruiz, the left fielder, is the number 8 hitter. And Addie Chamberlain is the center fielder, and she will hit in the number 9 spot. The reserves for the Lady Tigers, number 10, Reagan Rose. Number 11, Jocelyn Pittman. Number 14, Madi Colorado. Number 16, Lola Carvajal. Number 19, Elise Roman. Number 20, Parker Wade. Number 22, Andrea Sanchez. And number 25, Addison Cisco. By the way, the reserves for Las Cruces, number 9, Jocelyn Renteria. Number 6, Krista Barela. Number 11, Alexis Rivera. Number 7, Tatiana Avila. And number 8 is Raylene Silas. And so it is Las Cruces to lead things off. And we are ready to get underway. Alamogordo pitches, and it'll be Chloe Lunar in the circle, the lefty, the right-handed hitting Erica Silva to lead things off. As here comes the first pitch, and this is hit in the air. It is towards center field. Chamberlain on the run, unable to secure it. She had it in her glove, and it just slipped out. And Silva will get on with a single, and Las Cruces gets off to the start that they're hoping for, as they've got a runner on and nobody out. A beautiful sunny day here in the Rio Grande Valley in Albuquerque. Beautiful view of the Sandia Mountains. As picturesque really as a spot, because we're kind of sitting up on a high level here, and I mean it is absolutely beautiful here. Here's the pitch. A pop-up on the bunt, and it will squib foul as it bounced along the first base line. Sorry, folks, I'm getting disconnected there. Unfortunately, not good news for the Lady Tigers. Erica Silva with the single, and then an error by the Lady Tigers defensively, and it has put a runner on third. It was a bunt, and on the throw to first, the throw was off the mark and went into the outfield, and it also allowed Ana Pena, who was the lady who laid down the bunt, to advance all the way to third base on the play. So it's Kaya Renteria up now. She's ahead in the count 1-0. 1-0 Las Cruces. And second pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Runner on third with nobody out And Las Cruces ahead 1-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Showing bunt, puts it down. That'll go foul. And we'll do it again here, 1-2. Renteria, the righty, stepping in here against the left-handed hitting Chloe Lunar. Lady Tiger fans trying to get behind their side. As here comes the 1-2. And that'll get to the backstop, but not far enough away for the runner to try to score from third. And it'll be 2-2. Probably not going to have a whole lot of commentary on where the pitches are at. Unfortunately, we're not right behind home plate. I can kind of give you a good idea of where it is up and down, but here's a ground ball at the middle. That's a base hit, and Renteria will score the runner from third, and Las Cruces jumps ahead here early, 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. RBI for Renteria. So it'll bring up Zaysha Hawkins now. Hawkins, number 13, is going to get some instruction here from her head coach. He'll head back to the third base box. And the Lady Tigers still looking for their first out of the game here. Single error single is how this one has gone, and that pitch will miss above the belt, and the count is 1-0. You know, the Lady Tigers just, getting it out and trying to settle down here more than anything else would be the big thing. There's a long game to go. If you're going to have a bad inning like this, I'd rather have it in the first inning as the 1-0 is fouled off and out of play. The count will even up at 1-1. Here comes the pitch from Lunar. That'll miss low. Squared around a bunt, but brought it back, and the count will be 2-1. And again low, and it's 3-1. If you're just tuning in, top of the first inning, and Las Cruces has jumped ahead early here, 2-0. Erica Silva singled, Adriana Pena bunted, and on the play, the Lady Tigers with the error. And here is the throw from Lunar on the bunt. That one's clean. They throw to second to try to get the runner who'd gotten away from the bag. But she is back safely. So it does move a runner into scoring position, but the Lady Tigers do have their first out. And the goal at this point, obviously, is just to minimize the damage. Brings up Danae DiMatteo, first baseman, with her first at-bat of the day. Get another righty. Left-handed pitching Lunar. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Give the defensive setup for the Lady Tigers. Lunar and Evans, the battery. That's pitcher and catcher. Bautista at first. Kosum at second base. Ortiz at short. Another bunt attempt. That'll be fouled off, and Cruces has been playing the small ball in this game. It's worked out well for him so far. It's fouled off, but it's 0-2. Third baseman's Gonzalez, and then it's Ruiz, Chamberlain, and Rodriguez in the outfield for the Lady Tigers. Runner on second and one down, top of one. And an 0-2 count here to the first baseman for Las Cruces, DiMatteo. Looks like that's right there, but obviously missed either inside or outside, 1-2. Again, I'm not going to really be able to tell over where it is from the plate standpoint as well from where I'm sitting. We've got time called. We have a softball come in from one of the other fields. That's something. For some reason we called time, but it looks like we're good. 1-2. And a check swing. That'll go foul. And another opportunity for DiMatteo. Two hits in the inning for the Lady Bulldogs. And one Lady Tiger error has 2 runs across. foul miss down, and looks like away. 2-2. Are ready to go. Into motion. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball. Left side of the infield. Ortiz fields cleanly. Toss on to first. And they will get the out. Bautista will toss over to third to Gonzalez. Runner gets back in time. But 6-3 on the put out. 2 down. I was going to say the courtesy runner for Renteria, but she's still on the base pass, which makes me think that Pacheco might be pitching. Hard to say. Some teams use some use courtesy runners, some don't for their pitcher, and catcher for that matter. And here is Leah Pacheco as she watches the first pitch in for a called strike. We saw in the Cibola game and the Rio Rancho game, Chloe likes to live right on that outside corner, especially against right-handed hitters, and so far that's all she's seen so far here against Las Cruces. That's low and outside. Just sort of clipped off of Evans, but stays in front of her. Runner will stay at third. As here comes the 1-1. Ground ball, and Kosum a little bit of trouble with it, but she's able to gather it in and get the out. So the Lady Tigers, not a great start to the game, but they recovered and kept it to as minimum as they could. Let's put it that way. 2-0 Las Cruces after 1 inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, or a half inning, I should say. Bottom of the first, Lady Tigers will try to answer back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers with a 2-0 deficit, and we'll try to answer back here. The lineup for Alamogordo, if you weren't with us in the pregame, we'll run through it one more time for you. Amani Kosum leads things off. Then it'll be Haley Evans, Chloe Lunar, and Davi Gonzalez. She'll hit cleanup. Number 5, Alyssa Bautista. Then it's Iceland Ortiz and Alexis Rodriguez hitting 6th and 7th, hitting 8th and 9th. It's Maddie Ruiz and Addie Chamberlain. And the pitch is in there for a strike. And Kosum starts on the left-hand side. She'll switch right over there after that first strike. Defensively for Las Cruces, and I was wrong, Renteria is not pitching, Pacheco is. I saw Renteria with the face mask, but she's actually wearing one over at second as well. And just missing on the 0-1, it's 1-1. So it is Leah Pacheco pitching. And then Kyra Renteria is at second. First baseman's Danae DiMatteo. Catcher's Erica Silva. One attempt by Kosum is fouled off, and it's 1-2. Rest of the infield for Las Cruces. The third baseman is Amaya Pinedo. The shortstop is Adriana Pena. Left fielder is Cami Munda. Center fielder Zaysha Hawkins. And the right fielder is Ariana Sanchez. As Kosum takes on the 1-2, and it's 2-2 now. Leadoff hitter for the Lady Tigers, bottom of the first inning. Trailing 2-0. And Kosum in the air to center field, but it's right at Hawkins, and there's one down. And they'll bring up Haley Evans now. A good contingent of Alamogordo and Las Cruces fans have made the trip. And for those of you that are listening back in the Tularosa Basin, we appreciate you tuning in. I know there's probably a lot of you that are listening in other areas as well, so we're glad to have you along. 2-0 Las Cruces, bottom of the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And Evans will watch the first pitch to her, miss low. And the count is 1-0. It's been a lineup that everybody's contributed throughout the year. You know, from top to bottom in the order, they've all had some good days and obviously had some off days as well as that misses high. 2-0. And this, as we talked about in the pregame, this was not a series where the pitchers dominated. We had a 5-4 game, we had a 8-6 game, we had an 11-9 game, so it's not one that we would necessarily expect to see this be a 1-0 game or a 2-0 game for that matter, as that misses low. 3-0. And one thing the Lady Tigers did really well last weekend was be patient and draw walks. We saw that against Rio Rancho especially. Evans going to get back in the box, and we'll see if she's taking or offering. And she is taking in there for a strike, 3-1. You know, that's one of those things that, you know, being an aggressive hitter is obviously a good thing, but having that ability to read the pitch and give yourself base runners, swing and a miss from Evans, and it's 3-2. So the count goes full. Base is empty with one out in the bottom of the first. Evans will step back in. And the pitch fouled off, and we'll do it again. Count will stay 3-2. Evans, a junior, but a veteran on this team, has played so many innings for the Lady Tigers. 3-2. Fouls it off again, and we'll see another full count pitch. As with a lot of these Lady Tigers who have just seen so many games up here in state tournament action. I mean, somebody like Chloe Lenar is a freshman. I mean, she played as an 8th grader last year and played so many games. 3-2 is going to miss high. And Evans with a fantastic walk there, winning the battle on an 8-pitch at bat. And so Evans on for the Lady Tigers, and Chloe Lenar will come to the plate. Lenar stepping into the left-hand batter's box. One thing the Lady Tigers have, I don't know if it's necessarily an advantage, but they do have a lot of lefty hitters in this lineup, so they've got a nice mix. As Lenar will foul off the first one she sees, 0-1. Chloe, Davi, Alyssa all hit from the left-hand side. So does Maddie Ruiz. So you got a good balance in this lineup of right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters. The 0-1. And gets it in there for a strike on the inner half of the plate, 0-2. Took a little bit off there, did Leah Pacheco. O2 is just fouled off, got a piece of it to the backstop. Keep the count 0-2 here to Lenar. Just on our way here in this elimination game in the Class 5A state tournament. Winner would play the loser of the Centennial Mayfield game, which I'll have to check again to see if how that one finished. That misses high. Silva did well to get out of her stance and keep that from going to the backstop. Evans at first after a walk. This is a high pop-up. I think it's going to get out of play. No, it did not. In fact, it was in play, but Las Cruces was unable to make the catch. I'm shielded here by the dugout, so I couldn't really see what was happening there, but Lunar gets a reprieve, and we'll get another swing as the Cows stay 1-2. Pacheco into her motion. Here's the pitch. And this is hit in the air again over towards the left side. It looks like it's in foul territory. And this time it is caught. And so the Lady Bulldogs make up for it that time and get the out in foul territory. And there's 2 down. And it'll bring up Davi Gonzalez, another lefty for the Lady Tigers. I think what's also interesting about this group, this is not a senior-heavy team. Just 2 ladies in the lineup today that are seniors, Maddie Ruiz and Alexis Rodriguez. So just like last year, it's a group that's going to have a ton of players back next year, but obviously they want to accomplish something this season as the foul off from Gonzalez. Straight to the backstop, it's 0-1. Runner on first and 2 down. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Las Cruces play. In this game, we've got 4 games going on in adjacent fields. I'm thankful that they've got netting over the top of me, so I don't have to pay too much attention as the 0-1 is a called strike, 0-2. Two strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Gonzalez awaits the pitch from Pacheco. Swing and a miss and a strikeout, and the Lady Bulldogs get the shutdown inning after jumping ahead 2-0 in the top of the first inning. So they lead 2-0 after 1 complete. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, you're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch State Playoff action here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all in subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all in subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers trail 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we go to the top of the second inning. And it will be Las Cruces back up to bat. They sent 6 up to the plate in the first inning. And so it'll be the number 7 hitter, Amaya Pinedo, the third baseman, with her first at-bat. First lefty that Lunar will see, and she is able to ramp it by her. A swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. And the lineup, here's the pitch, and a bunt attempt that's going to be fouled off. And quickly 0-2 here to Pinedo. Single by Erica Silva led off the game for Las Cruces, and then a bunt by Adriana Pena led to a throwing error for the Lady Tigers. That would allow Silva to score. And then the next hitter, Kai Renteria, would single and score Pena. Lady Tigers were to avoid any other damage in that inning as the pitch misses high and away. 1-2 now to Veneto. Lefty versus lefty here with the 1-2. And on a miss down. And the count is 2-2. For certain, a difficult pitch for Veneto to lay off of. She did well to not swing at that. 2-2. Swings at that one and misses. It'll, I think I call that a foul ball. Okay, that was a foul ball. Honestly didn't hear anything there, but it was the very slightest of touches of the bat, it would seem. 2-2. Swing and a miss. That time got her. All right. Just got ahead of myself a little bit. One down. We go to the number 8 hitter now, Cami Munda. Left fielder will step in for the first time. Munda steps in. Here comes the first pitch. Bunt is going to go foul at the first baseline. And the count is 0-1. One down and the base is empty. Top of 2 with Las Cruces leading 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. The 0-1. And low and away it misses. Counts even at 1-1. Wonder ready to go now. And the pitch. Looking for a bunt. Able to pull it back. The pitch misses high. And the count now 2-1. Lady Tigers defensively expecting a bunt. Davi Gonzalez about a third of the way in towards, now almost about halfway in at the third base line. Looking for a bunt. Pitch will miss. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Time called. And we've got one of the umpires talking with the Las Cruces coach. And not sure what exactly was going on there, but nothing noticeable on the field. I don't know if the Las Cruces coach called time and asked for an explanation, but it looked like the third base umpire was the one that called time. 3-1. Another bunt. Attempt. I think she left it out there. Unable to make contact, and it's 3-2. So Munda, that has been her attempt pretty much this entire at-bat is try to lay down the bunt. Unlikely to try now with 2 strikes. 3 balls, 1 out. And no bunt. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss, I believe, inside. And it'll be the first walk surrendered. And it'll bring up Jeslyn Gallardo. Designated player in for the first time, number 17. As the number 9 hitter, her first try. So it's a runner on first and 1 down here in the top of the second inning. And that will miss outside. As the count's 1-0. And it's in the dirt. Evans, well done to keep that in front of her. And the count goes to 2-0 now. Here's the pitch from Lennar. That'll miss low and away, and it's now 3-0 here to Gallardo. And it's a check swing that's grounded to second. And trouble for Kosum, but she's able to recover and toss it to first. She definitely wanted to try and turn two there, but the Lady Tigers weren't able to do so. They do get the second out. So it allows Munda to advance to second. And we'll see if Las Cruces makes Alamogordo pay for not turning two there. So leadoff hitter Erica Silva singled and eventually scored in the first inning. We're back to the top of the order. And that is going to miss outside. The count is 1-0. Swing and a miss from Silva evens up the count at 1. Runner on second, 2 down, top of 2. And Las Cruces in front by a pair. It's low and away, and it had eyes on heading towards the backstop, but Evans able to backhand that and keep the runner at second base. That was another thing Lady Tigers had more issues with last weekend than I had seen in a while, with some wild pitches. And this one is a ground ball, too short. Ortiz with some trouble with it and still not able to secure it. Their throw home is not going to be caught successfully, and another defensive miscue by the Lady Tigers is going to allow the run to score. Ortiz got to it and then sort of fumbled it, and Munda was super aggressive coming around the base paths. She did not stop at third, and when Ortiz recovered to throw home, it was a bang-bang play. And when Evans went to apply the tag, the softball was out of her glove, and the run has scored. So E6, and for the second time in this game, an error has brought a run in. Silva to second on the play, and again, Munda scores. And that is in the dirt. Evans, will they get that on one hop, and the count is 1-0. Yeah, that was something that errors, most of this, at least in the games that I got to see at home for the Lady Tigers, really not much of a problem for them. Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit, and that's going to bring another run. Here comes the throw. That's not going to be in time. In fact, it's going to be cut off, and it's an RBI single for Adriana Pena, and Las Cruces doubles their lead, now 4-0, and that's going to bring Alamogordo Lady Tiger coach Ronnie Reyes out to the circle to talk with his team. So 2 RBIs on the day and 2 errors that brought runs in. Renteria with an RBI single, Pena with an RBI single, but an E1 and E6 have brought runs in, as well as the conversation in the circle continues. And again, still very early in this game. The Lady Tigers have got lots of opportunities here to recover. And just need one more out to get out of this inning, but Kaya Renteria, who has one of those RBI singles, trying to keep things going for Las Cruces. Goes to the off speed and is going to miss away. And the game's 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be on the side, half for a called strike. And the count evens up here at 1-1.
From Studio One on the campus of the worldwide headquarters of ESPN. And from Studio Q in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Joe and Q on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
This is the people's show. We are relatable people. Q is a normal guy. I am not a normal guy. People can relate to that sort of relationship. It's shows like the morning show that are unrelatable. A 7-foot Goliath Super Bowl champion, a guy who lives in a pet cemetery, not relatable to anyone. Smalls, she's very nice, she's relatable, but that doesn't outdo the other two.
This is Joe and Q.
1, 2, 3, Got my man Randy Scott. He's in for Joe Fortenbaugh. I'm Q Myers. It is Joe and Q on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. Seriously.
Sorry, folks. Had the ESPN Radio try to cut us off there. I apologize. Just had another error for the Lady Tigers. E6 keeps the inning alive. And so it's first and second here with 2 outs. And Zay Hawkins at the plate. 1-0 the count to her. It's in the dirt. Evans keeps it in front of her. And the count is 2-0. A softball coming into the field from one of the other. So 4-0 loss Cruces. If you're just joining us, we're just past the noon hour. 2 runs in the first and 2 runs in the second. And trying to hit that inside corner, but it's off. And it's 2-0. Now 3 errors have been the story of Lady Tigers in this game. 2 runs across on those, and also plays that certainly could have stopped the other runs from coming in later in the inning. And that's going to be a called strike as Hawkins was squaring around to bunt. 3-1. Into the line of the pitch. And it's going to be low, and it's a walk. Second walk surrendered in the inning. And the base is loaded. And I think we had a softball that is going to one of the other fields. The Las Cruces coach was trying to get that out of play. Now ready to go here. Big moment. And it's a ground to second. Ortiz has got it. They had a switch there as they put Kosum to short and Ortiz second. Middle of the infield, both sides have had their struggles today, and the Lady Tigers are able to get out of the inning. Las Cruces leaves, the base is loaded, but not before 2 runs come across. 2 errors in the inning for Alamogordo, and just 1 hit for the Lady Bulldogs, but get 2 runs across and now lead 4-0 on the Richardson Motor scored. We'll return. Lady Tigers up to bat in the home half of the second. They'll try to answer. Stay with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101 now.
This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Couple of foul offs here for Alyssa Bautista to begin things in the bottom of the second inning. And Alamogordo behind 4-0. Bautista, the number 5 hitter, leads things off. It'll be Iceland Ortiz and Alexis Rodriguez also due up. This team knows how to rally. We've seen them come back from deficits multiple times this year. And that's going to be a called strike 3. It's the inside corner. And there is one down. Second strikeout for Leah Pacheco. Lady Tigers still looking for their first hit. They did get a base runner on in the first inning with a walk. As Iceland Ortiz will come to the plate. The pitch from Pacheco is in the dirt. And 1-0 to Ortiz. The Alamogordo fan base and bench trying to get behind these ladies and see if they can get some momentum going as the 1-0 is a called strike and the count is 1-1. Now think back to the Mayfield game back at home. Some road games. I want to say they'd rally when they played Las Cruces. As this is fouled off, puts a swing to it and shoots it up the first base side out of play, 1-2. So we know the bats are certainly capable of it. Yeah, winner of this game will play Mayfield tomorrow at 9 a.m. And first loser of this game out of the state tournament. Pop up, and this one may get down. Hawkins makes a diving attempt. And Ortiz going to get to second because he was covered. And so the Lady Tigers put a runner on second base. Looks like bag is a little bit off there, but hey, Lady Tigers will take it any way they can get it. We'll give Ortiz a double. Certainly can't call that an error. Maybe it's good enough as could to get to that, but it puts the scoring position. And one of the two seniors in this here for the Tigers. It's dirt and it's a little water. That's probably small. Scoring position. Too aggressive there. You're down by 4. You need base runners. And here it is. 2-0. Except see the bottom of the order. For the Lady Tigers all season long. (2-0). That's a called strike on the inner half of the plate. Counts 2-1. Here's the pitch. High pop up, and this should stay in play. First baseman makes the grab in foul territory. That's Danae DiMatteo. And so there is one down. Or two down, I'm sorry, 2 down. And bring up Maddie Ruiz now with that runner in scoring position. Got a break on that. It was certainly a pop-up by Ortiz, but she hit it in the right spot. And you had the right fielder, center fielder, second baseman, shortstop, all trying to get to it. And because of that, nobody covered the bag at second. And Ortiz was able to advance into scoring position. So base hit could bring the run in. Pitch is high. Count is 1-0 here to the Lady Tiger left fielder. Time going to be called by Ruiz. Is a little bit too much time taken by the battery for Las Cruces to decide on the pitch, so Ruiz wants to reset. She's ready to go now. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike. Count evens up. 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Las Cruces in front, 4-0. And that's in the dirt. Count runs to 2-1 now here on Ruiz. Runner on second with 2 down. Pitch is high. And the count goes 3-1 now to Ruiz. Chamberlain in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers if Ruiz reaches. But a good count here for Ruiz to try to do something with it. Here comes the 3-1. Swings and misses, 3-2. Pitch is going to miss high, and that's a walk. Second walk picked up by the Lady Tigers today. So good speed on the base pass with Ruiz at first. If Ortiz can get into something here in the gap, time going to be called by Las Cruces as their infield is going to come in and chat things over. That'll allow Coach Ronnie Reyes to talk to his hitter, Addie Chamberlain, before she steps up for the first time today. And the meeting in the circle is wrapping up. Silva heading back to home plate. And now the rest of the infield will disperse. And we're ready to go. Chamberlain will hit from the right-hand side. With 2 on and 2 out. Lady Tigers trying to break through, trailing 4-0. Chamberlain showed bunt, brings it back. Pitch misses. 1-0. Ortiz at second and Ruiz at first. 1-0 Chamberlain showed bunt, brings it back, called strike, and the count's even at 1. Swings and misses on one that was rising on her, and it's 1-2 now. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout to bookend the inning for Pacheco. She strikes out 2. Lady Tigers came up with a hit, a walk, left 2 on. And we go to the top of the third inning. It's Las Cruces 4, Alamogordo 0. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch State Tournament here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9, a comebacker right to the circle on the very first pitch of this top of the third is snagged by Lunar. She tosses on to first, and there's one down. That was Danae DiMatteo. I'm sorry, Leah Pacheco. That was leading things off there. So it's one down. First pitch to Amaya Pinedo will miss, and the count is 1-0. There is a bunt attempt, fielded cleanly by Lunar. She'll spin, throw to first. And Bautista did nice to just kind of duck and get out of the way of that. She was trying to drive on the play as well. And the Lady Tigers with two solid defensive plays here to begin the inning. So a very quick two down here in the top of the third inning. And a foul off by Cami Munda. And the count is 0-1. Munda walked and eventually scored in the second inning. She scored on the E6 for the Lady Tigers. 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings for Las Cruces, but Alamogordo trying to put them down in order here. Munda in the box and ready to go. As the 0-1 is a bunt attempt. And I guess she did not go. I thought she had left it out there and attempted on it, but it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. And she hits this in the air into foul territory, and it's just going to be beyond the reach of Alyssa Bautista. She was trying to get to it, but it was always going away from her. And the count is 1-2. Number 8 hitter in the order for Las Cruces. There's the breeze kicking up a little bit. It is a beautiful day today. Not much of a strong wind. In fact, I think this is just a little bit of a dust devil, as a matter of fact. And not especially warm either, so 1-2. And just missing high, maybe away. Count evens up at 2-2. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the third inning. Two is going to miss above the belt, and 3-2 now. So the count full to Munda, who drew a walk on a full count last time she was up. And here comes the payoff. Fouled off, and Munda keeps the at-bat alive. Top of the third inning, Las Cruces 4, Alamogordo nothing. And that pitch is going to miss. And the walk surrendered to Munda for the second time. And it'll bring up Jesslyn Gallardo. Grounded out to second in her first at-bat. Comes up for the second time today. 0 for 1 as Lunar gets the pitch call from Evans, and a foul off up the first base line will go out of play. So it's 0-1 to Gallardo. Now these are those key moments as well. Give a base runner with 2 outs and what looked like is going to be a routine inning, not letting Las Cruces make something happen here, as that one's going to be in the dirt. They also have a ball coming in from one of the other fields as well. And the count 1-1. Lenar deals. And this is a ground ball to third. Dobby's got it. Toss on to first is in time, and the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers do give up a base runner with a walk, but find themselves at the same deficit, and that's a positive after giving up 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Lady Tiger bats will try to get going. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As Amani Kosum will foul off the first pitch he sees. Bottom of the third on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Las Cruces 4, Alamogordo nothing. Amani popped out to center field in her first at-bat of the day. 1-0 is hit in the air and over towards left field. That is going to get down for a base hit. And the Lady Tigers get their leadoff hitter on for the first time today. And, of course, with Amani's speed, she is very dangerous on the base pass. Just softly hit out to left field. And Haley Evans, who walked in her first at-bat, comes up for the second time today. And this is hit in the air. Center field, Hawkins running towards it. She's got it. And that'll be a one-pitch first out here in the top of the third. Evan flies out, and it'll bring up Chloe Lenar now. So Lenar stepping in. She popped out to left field in foul territory her first time up. Swings and misses the first pitch from Leah Pacheco, who has been rock solid. That was just the second hit she had surrendered to Kosum to begin the inning. Has struck out 3. And that's going to miss a little bit up. Went to the off speed there. And the count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fouls this one off and out of play. Goes straight back behind home plate, 1-2. The pitch. And that's going to miss down. And the count is 2-2. Runner on first and one down. Top or bottom of three and fouled off by Lunar. And the count will remain 2-2 to the Lady Tiger pitcher. And this is hit in the air. It is carrying out of play to the left field side. And we'll keep it 2-2. Silva walking out towards her pitcher here. And I thought maybe she was going to head to the circle and have a quick conversation with her before we were waiting that foul ball to come back in. But she'll head back behind home plate. So the left-handed hitting Lunar steps back into the box. Right-handed pitching Pacheco ready to go. 2-2 again. And this is hit hard left field. This is out of here. 2-run home run for Chloe Lunar. And with one swing of the bat, the Lady Tigers are right back in this game. 4-2 your score as Chloe Lunar gets the big hit. And exactly what the Lady Tigers needed after a slow start as they trail 4-2 now on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Sent that to left center field. And it was one of those off the bat that was kind of no doubter. Everybody in the dugout knew right away that was headed out of here. So I think that can just be a big confidence builder for the Lady Tigers. As Davi Gonzalez will foul this one off. Now, as I said, there was next to zero chance that this was going to be a low-scoring pitcher's duel between these two sides. And Lady Tigers fell behind early to Rio Rancho last week and were able to rally through, swing and a miss at one upstairs as Gonzalez falls behind the count here 0-2. So just one out in the inning. Base is empty after that two-run blast from Lunar. Pacheco now ready to go. Here's the pitch. That is well high. Easy one for Gonzalez to lay off of 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. And so Gonzalez sees the count now even up here at 2-2. Single pop out home run. That's been the inning for the Lady Tigers. And they now trail by 2 runs. Here's the pitch from Pacheco. Fouled off by Gonzalez. And the count will stay at 2-2. But worth pointing out how good of an at-bat that was from Chloe. She had fouled off multiple pitches to keep it alive. And eventually got one that she was able to do something with. Swing and a miss from Gonzalez. And she strikes out for the second time today. So we'll bring in Melissa Bautista. She's 0 for 1 and a strikeout victim as well for Pacheco. Credit to Pacheco on that, bouncing back after giving up the home run to notch the strikeout. Bautista. hit this one in the air. It is towards center field, and Hawkins able to get it, and the inning is over. But the Lady Tigers get on the board. We're through 3 complete on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They trail 4-2, and they'll look to try to shut down Las Cruces after getting things started here. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, and we begin the top of the 4th inning. And some fresh life here for the Lady Tigers. They are down 4-2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. After Chloe Lennar hit a 2-run homer, her first pitch here in this inning is in the dirt to Adriana Pena. And Pena is going to rip this one out towards center field. That's all the way to the base of the wall. She is going to get to second, and a leadoff double. I'm sorry, for Erica Silva. I apologize. Had my numbers mixed up there. But Silva, and try to answer right back here. This is the key for the Lady Tigers to not let Las Cruces get those runs back here. But that is the perfect start for Las Cruces. As Adriana Pena, who has reached on an error and scored and singled in a run, comes to the plate for the 3rd time this afternoon. As that pitch is going to miss outside. And the count is 1-0. Time called, and I assume we must have had another softball come into the field. Oh, no, it looks like Silva is relacing her cleat out at second base. It's kind of interesting, the bag at second is sort of, it's not a even sitting on the dirt. Here's a bunt attempt that's going to go foul. And the count is 1-1. So the Ronnie Pena steps back in. Lennar looking over towards the Alamogordo dugout for the pitch call. And now she's got it. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. How many strikeouts on either side in this game? Lennar has got 1 punch out. Pacheco is 4. The 1-2. And a ground ball to third. And Gonzalez is going to catch the lead runner in a rundown. Toss to third. It looks like, did they tag her? And wait to see what the call is. It looks like they're going to call her out. Well, what I could tell, they went to apply the tag and it hit her on the helmet. And then it looks like it hurt her, and so the ball had actually come out of the glove, and they went to go and finish the tag and did eventually tag her out. So she tried to slide underneath the tag, and Kosum went to apply it and just sort of caught her in the helmet, and Silva now getting up to her feet. so they are still chatting with her, and so Silva going to head back to the dugout. And it looks like she's okay. Now just a bang-bang play, and you've got players that are moving in both directions very quickly, and looks like maybe still a discussion going on in regards to whether that should have been out, but yeah, it's one of those that it wasn't, by no means was it anything intentional by the Lady Tiger. So if you had gone to apply the tag, say on her leg, and it came out and she went past the bag and you got the ball and you're able to get back to and tag her, I mean, it's still going to be an out. So, I mean, it's unfortunate for Las Cruces, but I don't think there's really any other call that the umpires can make there. And so it ends up being a fielder's choice. I guess we could go fielder's choice 5. I think it ended up being 5-4-6 at the end there. So Silva out of the play. Pena did get to second on it. And so they just basically replaced each other, but the run did not score. And that one's going to come inside and hit Renteria. And so Renteria will head over to first. You know, something Lunar throughout the season has had some hit by pitches, and now Coach Las Cruces coach going to go and talk to Zaisha Hawkins, the number 4 hitter, with a huge opportunity here. Lady Tigers grab some momentum with that 2-run home run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Cruces could erase it very quickly here. Or could the Lady Tigers maybe turn 2 and keep that momentum on their side? Big moment in this ball game. Top of 4, Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's 4-2. Las Cruces in front. Pitch is low and outside to Hawkins, and it's 1-0. So a double, a fielder's choice, which got the runner out at 3rd, and a hit by pitch. So it's 1st and 2nd with 1 down. Hawkins, ground ball, left side of the infield, and Kosum will tag one runner, toss on the first, not going to be able to get the other one. And so Lady Tigers able to get the lead runner again. Fielder's choice, 6 unassisted. Pena tagged out, 2 down. And so it's 1st and 2nd. Now the Lady Tigers are much closer here to getting out of trouble and keeping it a 4-2 ball game. Pitch is low, and it's 1-0 here to Danae DiMatteo. Ground out to short, ground out to the pitcher in her 2 at-bats. Time going to be called as the Las Cruces coach comes out and talks to to the home plate umpire, and I think we're getting a courtesy runner. Well, it wouldn't be a courtesy, it would just be a pinch runner. Unless they haven't said they're moving Renteria to pitcher yet, so. He's trying to say that's a courtesy. And the coach is now discussing things with the home plate umpire, as there's a little bit of confusion on that. So I'm assuming this is not courtesy unless he is making a change in. Okay, so it is a straight substitution. And so the pinch runner is number 7, Tatiana Avila. That puts a little bit more speed on the base paths for Las Cruces. And now we're ready to go after all that. And, well, no, we're not, because we have a softball coming in from one of the other fields. All right, let's reset it. 2 down, 2 on. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Las Cruces. And a 1-0 count here to DiMatteo. Hard hit, but foul up the 3rd base line. Good contact from Hawkins. I'm sorry, from DiMatteo. If I'm getting wrong spot on my lineup here. I apologize, folks. Lamar ready to go with 1-1. Here's the pitch. DiMatteo watches that in there for a strike. And the Lady Tigers a strike away of getting out of what looked like was going to maybe be a big inning for Las Cruces. And one more pitch here. And could get exactly what they were hoping for coming into the top of the fourth inning. Here's the 1-2. That is fouled off. Just getting a piece of it is DiMatteo. That'll squib out towards the first base side. Runners on first and second for Las Cruces, top of 4. They're trying to add to a 4-2 lead. Lady Tigers trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Hard hit and foul. This one well out of play up the first base side. And the count stays 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch to DiMatteo. And another foul off. This one just getting a piece of it to the backstop. Count stays 1-2. Lady Tiger fans trying to get behind their pitcher here. The 1-2. And this is in the air and down for a base hit into center field. Chamberlain will throw home. Runner did not try to score. And now trying to go home. And the Lady Tigers are going to get him out. They do. Lady Bulldogs tried to take advantage. They had a runner in between second and third. She went back to second. And when the throw went out to second base, Lady Tigers came back home, and they were able to tag out. That was of Avila, and so the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers able to get out of the trouble, and no runs score. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Tigers keep that momentum. Can they get more going to the plate? We'll find out next. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230. 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you.
Sports and Talk, 1230.
Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Lady Tigers with a big defensive play to keep Foster stop and the top half of the fourth inning. And Ice Ortiz going to get things going right away with a single to left center. And you can just feel the momentum on the Lady Tigers side now. And it looks like we're going to see a visit from the Las Cruces bench to the circle. Now they have gone back and forth between pitchers a lot this year. It's been Pacheco and Renteria. Doesn't look like this will be a change here, but Lady Tigers obviously know what's at stake here. About halfway through this game, and got to win to stay alive this time of the year. And so Ortiz will head back over to first. Meeting in the circle's over. Pacheco continues to pitch. And Alexis Rodriguez, who popped out in her first at-bat, will come to the plate for the second time today. And that pitch will miss high. And it's 1-0. 4-2 if you're just joining us here on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Las Cruces scored 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Lady Tigers got a big 2-run home run from Chloe Lunar in the bottom of the third. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and this is hit well to left center field. That's going to drop in front of Hawkins. Lady Tigers will have first and second. The throw got away from the second baseman, but it's backed up. But it's back-to-back singles for Alamogordo. And that's the first time that we've seen that today. The Lady Tigers have gotten 2 consecutive hitters on base. And Maddie Ruiz to the plate now. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Maddie trying to lay down a bunt. With her speed, she can get to first, and if not, can move those runners up. Looking to bunt, brings it back. Pitch is going to miss low. And it's 1-0. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Counts 1-1. I think Ruiz thought maybe that one was inside on her. Ruiz settles into the box, and here comes the 1-1. That will miss. It's like low and maybe a bit inside as well. 2-1. Ruiz did draw a walk her last time at the plate. 2 on for the Lady Tigers with nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. And that pitch called strike, and the count is 2-2. That was maybe a little bit below the knees there. Ruiz didn't seem affected by it. She's got a big smile on her face. She steps back into the box. 2-2. And a ground ball to third. Step back and get 1 over there at third, but not going to be nearly enough time to throw it over to first and get the double play. So it'll be fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. That'll be Ortiz out at third. 1 down, but still first and second for Alamogordo. And Addie Chamberlain to the plate. Chamberlain struck out her first time. As the righty Pacheco ready to go. Here's the pitch and a bunt. And this one is put down nicely. Toss on to first. Well done, covered by Renteria at second. And it does move the runners up to second and third. And we'll give Amani Kosum a golden opportunity here for the Lady Tigers to try to tie this game up. Got great speed on second with Ruiz. So any base hit should score both runs. And the other positive is with 2 outs, the runners don't have to hold. On any contact, they are running. So Chamberlain with the great bunt there to put the runners on second and third. And Kosum from the right-hand batter's box. We'll watch that one in the dirt. Silva does well to keep that in front of her. Counts 1-0. 2 down and 2 on, bottom of the 4th. And a big moment in this game. Kosum will fly this one foul out of play up the first base side. And the count evens up at 1-1. Coach Lennar in the first base box, giving some encouragement to Lennar. He liked the look of that last swing, even though it was a foul off the 1-1. And that pitch is just going to miss. Believe a little bit up, 2-1. Post a single and a run scored and a pop out, 1 for 2. Third time through the lineup here for the Lady Tiger hitters against Pacheco. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Ruiz at second and Rodriguez at third. Kosum at the plate. Lady Tigers down by 2. And a 2-strike count here to Kosum. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball. This is grabbed by Renteria at second, but there's going to be no play. And so an infield single for Kosum scores the run. And it's now a 1-run game. And to bring up Haley Evans with a chance to tie the game. Evans getting ready to come to the plate. She's probably taking off her catcher's gear before she makes her way to the plate. And so Evans, who is 0 for 1, a walk and a pop out in her 2 tries. Lady Tigers have almost rallied this one all the way back, just down by a run now. And that is low. 1-0 to the Lady Tiger catcher. Runners in the corners for Alamogordo. I think in a regular season game, you'd see Kosum maybe try to go to second, attempt a double steal, but maybe not here. Kosum going. Here's the throw out to second, and did they get her? No. Kosum able to get in before the tag. Interestingly, they did not try to score from third, and that may have been a mistake. That I think was the plan, but for some reason didn't end up happening there. As Evans will fly this one out of play, 2-1. Yeah, with the fact that they tried to get the runner at second and didn't, with Maddie's speed at third, I am very surprised they did not try to get the double steal there, but 2-1. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Toss on to first, and the inning is over. Yeah, that's one that a little bit of a head scratcher there that they didn't send Maddie home, and it may have tried to, and miscommunication or something. But 1 run does come across on the RBI single from Amani Kosum, and the Lady Tigers have cut it now to a 1-run game. 4 complete on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Lost Cruces 4, Alamogordo 3 here at the Class 5A State Tournament in Rio Rancho. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. First pitch, a called strike here in the top of the 5th inning. Chloe Lennar winds and deals and goes to the off speed, but misses. It is Leah Pacheco to the plate. Pacheco has grounded out twice, once to the pitcher, once to second. The 1-1 is snagged by Iceland Ortiz in the air at second base. And for a game that the Lady Tigers did not start well defensively, they've been making really good defensive plays as this one has progressed. And it'll bring up Amaya Pinedo now with 1 out. And that home run by Lunar just flipped the momentum of this game on its head for sure. Swing and a miss. 0-1. By the way, an update for you from Class 3A baseball. Robertson defeated Tularosa 11-6. So the Wildcat season comes to a close, but congrats to them on a great year, including a district championship as that pitch misses high. 1-1. And that is a called strike on the inside. 1-2. And Lunar into a rotation. Here's the pitch. Swing, miss. And that is the second strikeout of the day for Pinedo, and the second strikeout for Lunar today. And bring up Cammie Munda now, who has drawn a couple of walks and has scored a run. Here's first pitch. Swing and a miss from Munda. 0-1. Time called by the Las Cruces head coach, and he'll talk his. And now the conversation over with. Here comes the 0-1. And not for the but that's 1-1. And pitch on the inside corner, called strike. And the count is 1-2. Lady Tigers looking for 1-2-3 inning, as they've managed to shut down the Bulldogs over the last 2 innings. Trying to make it 3 here in a row. The 1-2. And low and outside. And the count is 2 now. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. Over. Back-to-back strikeouts to finish up the inning. And the Lady Tigers in front 4-3 come up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, as they try to tie it or take the lead for the first time today. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi. Live on ESPN, first round of the PGA Championship. Ryan Gerard tops the leaderboard at golf's second major of the year. The top 3 ranked golfers in the world. Scotty Scheffler is 4 back. Xander Schauffele is 6 back. Masters champ Rory McIlroy is 9 off the lead. 2 nights after a pivotal Game 5 victory, Thunder seeking to provide the knockout punch to the Nuggets in Game 6 of the NBA's Western Conference semis. As Nikola Jokic has been carrying the load, depth certainly a concern in the series for Denver, especially the last 2 games. That is not the case for OKC, notes ESPN NBA analyst and NBA champion Kendrick Perkins.
That's what's winning them these games, especially the last 2. You look at the numbers of what they've done to Denver in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's been eye-popping. And you heard Shea talk about it. Like, basically, like, I wouldn't be able to close the game if it wasn't for the others on my team.
Game 6, 8 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern ABC. Series winner takes on the T-Wolves in the West Finals. NFL owners to vote on a resolution next week that would allow players to participate in flag football during the 2028 Olympics.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Friday, we'll react to the first round of the PGA Championship and get you ready for a huge Game 6 at the Garden. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
From Studio 2 at the worldwide headquarters of ESPN.
Cool, baby.
And the HD studio in Atlanta, Georgia.
And bring your cool.
This is Freddie and Harry.
Yes, he should be in the room of trust. I can't forget about him.
So why you don't have an Aaron Gordon on your list, Freddie?
I have it on my list right here. I wasn't finished yet. Because you decided to chime in with Julius Randle and trying to give me that kind of grief. All of a sudden, we went from, hey, Freddie, we're boys. You treat me like Dylan Brooks. You treat me like the person that got to the cookout last and said, here's your plate. And it's 1 bony chicken wing, 1 piece of potato from the potato salad, maybe 2 peas from the peas, and a half a glass of lemonade. That's how you treat me right now.
I promise you, if you tell me you're coming to the cookout and you came last, I will have 2 or 3 to-go plates ready for you to take home with you.
After this conversation, I'm not really sure anymore.
This is Freddie and Harry.
Salutations, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the best show on your radio. It is the afternoon cool known as Freddie and Harry. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman, and we are here. Thank you very much on the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Don't forget about us and tune in. Tell that smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. Now, Brother Harry Douglas is the father to beautiful children. You have Harrison, his oldest, meaning the daughter, and also Harry Douglas V, right? That's Princey's full government name, but he's Princey in the family household. Well, Harry had the chance to find out early before he was supposed to about dear old dad trying to keep those fast behind boys away from his daughter. That would happen yesterday. I could not believe I saw this in a text chain. I said, welcome to my world about 20 years ago involving my daughter, Brianna, who just became a mother not too long ago.
So it was so funny. So my daughter had field day today, and I was with her earlier. My son has it tomorrow morning. And, you know, all her little friends, they come to me. It's like, this boy Cruz is always trying to flirt with Harrison, and Cruz likes Harrison, right? So Harrison shows me who Cruz is, right? And it's so funny, Freddie, because Cruz comes up to me. He say, how you doing, Mr. Douglas? I'm like, I'm doing great, Cruz. So they're playing music at the field day. So Cruz is trying to, like, he's dancing hard in front of me so I can admire his dance moves. And the whole night, I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, man, he's trying to impress my baby girl's father so I could like him. He don't know I like all kids, man. But then he says to Harrison, he says, Harrison, I got some hot Cheetos. You know, I can share them with you if
Apologies on getting disconnected there, folks. We are back here. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. You haven't missed a whole lot. The Lady Tigers got an intentional walk to Chloe Lunar, and then an E1 on a ground out back to the pitcher, put runners on first and second, and then a ground out to third was 5 unassisted, and so they got the lead runner. So it is first and second with 1 down. So it was Lunar who walked. Gonzalez reached on an error, and then a ground out by Bautista, which brings up Iceland Ortiz, who is 2 for 2 today, and a 1 hop back to the catcher. And the other notable thing here in this inning is that new pitcher, as they've brought in Kaya Renteria. It is still a 4-3 ball game with Las Cruces in front. A ground out right back to the pitcher. They'll toss to third and get the lead runner. And so another fielder's choice. Makes it 2 down. But still runners on first and second, and Alexis Rodriguez with a big opportunity. Still here to try and tie up this ball game. 4-3 Las Cruces in front here in the bottom of the 5th. And that's in there for a strike. So again, apologies on, well, first off, we sent you back to ESPN Radio again. I don't think that'll happen again. And then we ended up getting, it looks like maybe we're going to get a pinch runner of some kind. Yeah, so pinch runner out at second. Bautista will be pinch ran for. It'll be number 11, Jocelyn Pittman, that will run for her. It'll be 0-1 here for Rodriguez. So again, to recap the inning, Chloe Lunar was intentionally walked. I think they got her to like 2-0, 3-0 in the count. And then Gonzalez reached on an error. And then we've had 2 ground outs. The lead runner out at third on both of those plays. And it's 0-1 to Rodriguez. And that's a called strike. And it's 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that one is just going to miss. And the count is 1-2. And we mentioned right before the break as well, Tularosa baseball eliminated today, 11-6 the final score to Robertson. Great season for the Wildcats this year, but ends in the quarterfinals. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. Now, Lady Tigers got a couple on there. Got some help with the miscue defensively for Las Cruces, but Renteria was able to bear down and get out of the inning. And we go to the top of the 6th on the Richardson Motors scoreboard with Las Cruces holding on to a 4-3 lead. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. First pitch is a strike. And the leadoff hitter here in the inning for Las Cruces is a pinch hitter, Krista Barela, number 6. Comes in for Jeslyn Gallardo, the DP. And that'll just miss, 1-1. So it's number 9 hitter for Las Cruces. They lead 4-3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And trying to reestablish their lead, which was 4-0 early in this game. Lady Tigers have cut down to a 1-run game, and here's a comebacker right to Lunar. Easy throw on to first, and there's one down. So it's back to top of the order with Erica Silva. She's had a pretty good day. Single, double, 2 runs scored. And it's good to see her back out there after she took a shot to the head on a tag at third. And I mean, she returned to the game, no issue with the to back out catching there, but I haven't seen her at the plate since then. As Lenar's into her motion, here's the pitch, and this is fouled off and out of play up the third base side. And the count is 0-1. The 0-1 from Lunar. That's outside. And the count evens up at 1-1 on Silva. Another softball coming in from one of the other fields, and looks like we have some of the games that have finished up. We're getting some players around. This one's fouled off and out of play at the first base line. 1-2 your count. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Las Cruces scored 2 runs in the first and the second. Alamogordo would get 2 runs in the bottom of the third and a run in the bottom of the fourth. And both teams came up empty in the 5th as this is fouled off and back to the screen. Closing on with a 2-run home run. Amani Kosum with a RBI single. Here comes the 1-2 to Silva. Tried the off-speed pitch, but that'll miss low. And it's 2-2. Here's the pitch, Silva. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. So Lenar's starting to get the strikeouts going a bit more. That's her 4th. And she's got 2 down in the inning. And she has gotten stronger as this game has gone on. And Adriana Pena will come to the plate now. She is 1 for 3. An RBI single in the second, reached on an error in the first, and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. Fouls this one off, and it's 0-1. Again, winner of this game will play 9 a.m. tomorrow morning against Mayfield. District 3-5A just getting a lot of games together. As that pitch misses high. And the count is 1-1. Mayfield and Centennial played earlier today. It'll be Centennial and La Cueva in the winner side of the bracket tomorrow. 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1. And I didn't see what happened between Carl. Well, Carlsbad and Trisco are playing right now. Cibola will play the winner of that game. Hard hit fouled. Out of play. And so the count is 2-2. That's the biggest thing for the Lady Tigers. They have managed to keep Cruces off the board since those first 2 innings, and it's given them a chance to get back in this ball game. As here comes the 2-2. Called strike 3 right at the belt, and the inning is over. Lady Tigers put down the Lady Bulldogs in order as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Las Cruces 4, Alamogordo 3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Congratulations, class of 2025. It is time to celebrate you and all of your achievements. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We are proud of you. We are honored as a community to celebrate your hard work. Whether you plan to continue your education, begin a new career, join the military, or chase adventure, you hold the keys to your success. Congratulations from the Board of Directors, officers, and associates of First National Bank.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 111 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Maddie Ruiz will lead things off. First pitch is going to miss inside. Number 8 hitter for the Lady Tigers leads things off in the bottom of the 6th. Alamogordo trails 4-3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers have gotten the first 2 hitters on in each of the last 2 innings as Ruiz gets a running start, and that'll miss. And it's 2-0. Kaya Renteria begins her 2nd inning of work for Las Cruces. As the righty toes the pitching rubber and brings the 2-0. And that's in there for a called strike, 2-1. Now Ruiz almost never swings when there's no strikes up there, so. Now she'll settle in. Time going to be called as the Las Cruces catcher and pitcher not on the same page there. Now we're ready to go. That's a called strike, and the count evens up at 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss up. 3-2 now to Ruiz. Leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Tigers. They've worked their way back to a 1-run deficit after falling behind 4-0. And this is popped up. It'll, I believe, get into foul territory. It will. Stayed in play, but nobody able to get to it for Las Cruces. And the count will stay 3-2 here, the Lady Tiger left fielder. Ruiz will get some dirt on her hand and rub her hands together before stepping back into the box. Steps up to the front half of the box, and here comes the pitch. Ground ball right back to the circle. Renteria will toss on to first, and there's one down. Now, a pretty good battle there, but Renteria able to win that go-around. And we go to the number 9 hitter in the Lady Tiger order, and it's Addie Chamberlain. Chamberlain laid down a bunt and struck out. So officially 0 for 2, but that bunt was important. It put runners on 2nd and 3rd, I believe, and helped Imani Kosen when she had her single to bring a run in. And here's a bunt attempt that's going to go foul for Chamberlain, 0-1. Chamberlain kind of rubbed her right shoulder, so a little bit of just the contact when she made it with the softball, or what exactly happened there, but she was a little worse for wear after that. The 0-1. And another bunt attempt, and that one gets down. Toss on to first is not in time. Bunt single for Addie Chamberlain. Uses her speed and laid down a beauty. So to bring up Amani Kosum now, who is 2 for 3. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. As the Lady Tigers get to the heart of their order, and you know how big of a spot this can be for Alamogordo. If they can get a couple of runs here, they can go to the top of the 7th trying to finish out this game. Here's the first pitch to her. And it's hard hit up the middle, base hit. And Chamberlain headed towards third. Throw will be late. Kosum will stay at first. And it's runners at the corners for the Lady Tigers with 1 out. Third hit of the day for Amani Kosum. And time will be called. Las Cruces will talk things over on their infield, not bringing a coach out. But Haley Evans will come up with a big opportunity here to give the Lady Tigers, well, tie up this game, but maybe take the lead. And so as the meeting is going on in the circle, Coach Lenar talking to Evans and giving her some encouragement. And now, quick meeting between Coach Ronnie Reyes and Lunar and Evans. And I think the question is, well, are they going to try to steal the Kosum here, or Monty was able to beat it out, but it was a close play. Silva made a really nice throw from home plate. So maybe you try to let your number 2 and maybe number 3 hitters bring those runs in. Can't hurt being aggressive, though. Kosum does not go. First pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Evans. Back-to-back singles for the Lady Tigers. Chamberlain on the bunt, and Kosum sent it right back up the middle. Evans looking for her first hit. She walked in the first inning. Pop out and ground out her other 2 tries. Ground ball left side of the infield, and they're going to throw home. They got her tagged out. And Kosum is going to go back to second. Chamberlain with, I think more than anything else, just a lot of dirt, and maybe she lost her wind there. She dove in head first. And Coach Ronnie Reyes talking over with the home plate umpire and asking whether she had beaten out the tag or not. I don't think it's going to change the play, or the call on the play. Fielder's choice, 5-2. Could have tied the game, but Las Cruces will keep it as a lead. And I guess they're going to talk things over here. I can't imagine how they would change that with the field umpires unless there was something else in terms of an interference call. That would be the only thing. I mean, in terms of the call at home plate, there's no way that they would change that based on somebody seeing something different. So I think it was maybe an they're going to call interference on the catcher, but that seems unlikely. We'll see. They are talking things over, though. Which, I mean, good on the umpires for at least discussing it and giving it their full attention here. Yeah, they're going to keep it as out. Yeah, I would have been really, really surprised if they had changed that, and I think that would have been unfair to Las Cruces. And then they're just going to go ahead and intentionally walk Lunar here. Well, they'll give Davi Gonzalez a big opportunity. She'll be up with 2 outs. Now, you don't love it if you're a Lady Tiger fan because it takes the bat out of Chloe's hands, but Gonzalez, who is 0 for 3, reached on an error and has struck out twice. With the biggest at-bat of the day so far, Lady Tigers will have a chance in the bottom of the 7th if she's not able to come up with something here. But it's bases loaded and 2 down, a 1-run ball game. As the lefty steps in here against Kaya Renteria. Had a lot of big moments in this game. This one's probably at the top of it now. Left-handed hitter, right-hand pitcher. And the first pitch is going to miss. And, well, they threw a pitch. And I don't know if they're going to, I don't know what they're going to say here. I'll be interested to see what the reason would be why. Now, time's going to be called. And I think they're going to go and talk to the scorebook. Well, 23 they gave an intentional walk to, it sounded like. So the home plate umpire saying he was never never made aware of that? Somebody must have indicated from Las Cruces that they were going to intentionally walk. And so I guess they're going to get a word from an official. So I think what I don't know if they tried to do something here. Like I don't necessarily call it not in the spirit of the game is what I would say is maybe that there was one of the players told Chloe that she was intentionally walked. She went to first, and so they pitched to Davi, and so they're going to claim that Alamogordo didn't have the right hitter at the plate. And so I don't know. I mean, I think in the spirit of the game, she was intentionally walked, so it should be bases loaded here. This would be wrong if they end up ending the inning here because there wasn't some type. Because I think what it's saying is the home plate umpire is claiming that he wasn't notified that it was an intentional walk. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about it, but I got to tell you, if this ends up going against Alamogordo, this is going to really have a huge impact on the game. So now Coach Ronnie Ray is coming in talking with the umpires. And so they're looking for a clarification on it, but, you know, everybody in the park thought that she was intentionally walked. And so, I mean, again, I think this is something that is, I think that maybe they were trying to do something there. That the home plate umpire wasn't made aware of it. That somebody told Chloe that she was intentionally walked, so she went up to first, and then they threw the pitch. And so they're going to try to claim that she wasn't intentionally walked. And that that they were batting out of order, which is, I don't know. I'd love to hear a full explanation of this if this inning comes to a close. To me, it would be wrong. Because why? I mean, I guess my question is, why would Chloe go to first unless she thought that she was being intentionally walked? So the conversation continues. We've got another official that has come in and talking over with the three officials that are here. And to me, it's just more than anything, just kind of a nod in the spirit of the game here if this ends up going against the Lady Tigers. Anyway, let's recap where we are in the ball game. We're in the bottom of the sixth. It's a 4-3 lead for Las Cruces. Alamogordo technically should have the bases loaded here. Las Cruces took a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Erica Silva singled, then an error from Alamogordo brought one run in. Kaya Renteria would bring in another one on an RBI single, and that made it 2-0. In the second inning, Cami Mundo would walk, and then an error on Alamogordo would bring one run in, and then another RBI single would make it 4-0. Adriana Pena would score Silva on it. Then in the third inning, Alamogordo got on the board finally on a 2-run home run by Chloe Lunar. And then Alamogordo would get on an RBI single from Amani Kosum to make it 4-3. And that's where we are now. And again, I'd assume that we had and it was interesting, they threw basically a pitch-out pitch. And so Cruces knew what they were doing there. They thought that, they had sent the runner on to first. Everybody knew that it was an intentional walk, but I guess they're claiming that it wasn't officially an intentional walk. And so they're still talking things over right now. That's why I guess I'm vamping here a little bit, but I don't know what exactly the decision is going to end up being here. And the discussion continues with the officials, and I'll be really interested to see. I got to tell you, if it goes against Alamogordo, it's one of those games that might be played with in a protest. I don't know if you can actually do that or not, but I think as far as I can tell, the home plate umpire says that he never indicated that the runner could go to first base. But what's weird about it is he let the next pitch come in, and it seems like this is something that could have been solved without what's going on right now. Now, it looks like they're about ready to break up here. And the coaches are now going to come in, and I'm trying to see if I can listen in a little bit, but they're a little bit too far away now. And so the discussion is going on. Las Cruces coach seems to be upset, so I would say it's not going to go his team's way. And he's now walked out of. Now Coach Charlene Reyes is in there as well. I mean, if there ends up being an out here, the inning's over. So Almo's not, by no means there was nothing intentionally done by Alamogordo. And I just don't understand how all this happened. Is this just a mistake on the umpire's part? Is this gamesmanship? I don't know what exactly is going on here. So Lunar, are they going to put her back in the batter's box? And then we're just going to do the intentional walk anyway? Again, there's no other way for me to look at it in that somebody let Chloe know that she was intentionally walked. I don't know who it was. Well, maybe not. Maybe Chloe, I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but they're still discussing things here. Well, maybe it was just a mistake on Alamogordo's part. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what led Chloe to think that she was being intentionally walked. I think they're, honestly, I think for just in the spirit of the game sort of thing, they should just go back. It was what I would say is it's an honest mistake. And so I think they're going to move everybody back. And then I guess we'll see if Las Cruces decides to intentionally walk Chloe again. So it's 1 ball, no strikes to Lunar. And so they intentionally walk her anyway. That's my issue with it more than anything else, is that was what they wanted to do to begin with. And they were trying to, because they didn't officially tell the home plate umpire that it was an intentional walk, they tried to kind of work something there. And to me, it's the state playoffs, and just shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Let's just play the game. If that was what you were going to do, what does it matter? All right, here we go. It's in there for a called strike, 0-1. So I get that, obviously the umpire said that the rule wasn't broken, and that there was just a confusion that happened. There's so many rules in softball and some of those things, but here's one hit in the air, and it is past the left fielder. 1 run scores. 2 runs will score. Lunar will round third. She will score. It's a 3 RBI double for Davi Gonzalez. And the Alamogordo Lady Tigers have taken a 6-3 lead. I'm sorry, 6-4 lead. So the Lady Tigers have their first lead of the day. And so now we are going to see a lineup change for Las Cruces. Now if we're going to see a different pitcher or no. Now, I don't know if they were checking to see if Alamo had not re-entered somebody there or something else. I don't know. So it'll be Alyssa Bautista coming to the plate with a runner on second, and Alamogordo's in the lead for the first time today, 6-4. We got softballs flying in left and right there. What a weird inning. It's Addie Chamberlain bunted on a single. Amani Kosom with a single. Haley Evans, a fielder's choice. Chamberlain was out at home. And then the whole intentional walk silliness. And then Davi Gonzalez does exactly what you want to do when somebody's intentionally walked in front of you. You come up with a big hit and has given Alamogordo the lead. Here's the 1-0. It's in the dirt, 2-0. And if Alamogordo wins, they will play Mayfield tomorrow, 9 a.m. And now Las Cruces will bring in one of their coaches to talk things over. Now with their season on the line, the Lady Tigers come up with a huge hit. Lady Tigers have scored 6 unanswered runs in this game after falling behind 4-0. And hey, you're looking for any bit of insurance now. Lady Tigers will go to the top of the 7th and try to finish out this game. Bautista 0 for 3, strikeout, pop out, and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's to the backstop. Oh, it must have hit Alyssa. Okay. I thought it just went straight to the backstop, but obviously it clanked off of her first. So it's a hit by pitch. And the 8th hitter of the inning will come up in Iceland Ortiz, and she's been one of the more consistent bats in this lineup for the Lady Tigers today. Double single. And first pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Ortiz. Double in the 2nd, single in the 4th. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. 6-4 Alamogordo up for the first time today after a bases clearing double from Davi Gonzalez. Ground ball, foul ball at the third base line. And it's 0-2 now to Ortiz. He's got runners on first and second with 2 down. Here's pitch. Ground ball. And stab, toss on to third is in time. And the inning is over, but not before the 3 RBI triple from Davi Gonzalez. And the Lady Tigers have a 2-run lead going to the top of the 7th as they try to finish this one out and move on to play Mayfield tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, 6-4. Alamogordo leads on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's the top of the seventh as they try to finish this one out. Kai Renteria will watch the first pitch miss, and it's 1-0. Renteria is 1 for 2 today. RBI single, reached on an error and was hit by a pitch. And this is a soft pop-up that is going to get down, base hit. Just right down in the shallow part of center field. And so the tying run comes to the plate now for Las Cruces. And to bring up Zaysha Hawkins now. Hawkins is 0 for 2. Laid down a bunt in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth and is walked. And that pitch will miss outside as the count is 1-0. Fouled off and back at the screen, and the count evens up at 1-1. Outside, it misses. 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the seventh. A runner on first, and 2-1 the count to the cleanup hitter for Las Cruces, Zaysha Hawkins. The 2-1, and that's going to hit her. And so the tying run is on the base pass now for Las Cruces. And it'll bring up Danae DiMatteo now, but DiMatteo, a couple of groundouts and a single. The third hit by pitch that Chloe has given up today, or just the second? Like the second. DiMatteo looking for her second hit. Comes to the plate with her team down by a pair of runs in the top of the seventh inning. And looking for the outside corner and can't quite spot it. 1-0. Now the tension definitely ratcheted up here in the top of the seventh. Cruces trying to rally and at minimum tie this game. Popped up, and that'll get out of play. Count is 1-1. And Mayfield awaits the winner of this game. We'll do it at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning here at Cleveland High School. I think they're playing on Field 1. I could be wrong. That's the main field here, but I'll have to double check that. We'll let you know before we go off the air today. And that is going to be another hit by pitch. Now the base is loaded now, and Cruces has got their number 6 hitter, Leah Pacheco, come to the plate, walked twice and lined out. I mean, the one positive here, obviously, is that if Cruces is able to get some runs here, Alamo will still have one more chance to hit in the home half, but you've got a golden opportunity here to try to finish out this game. And that'll miss low and away, and it's 1-0. Checo back in. And Lennar winds and deals. Ground ball, and that is a fair ball. It is up the first base line. 1 run has scored, 2 runs score, and we're tied. Boy, what an answer for Las Cruces. Single, hit by pitch, and then a 2 RBI single. And Coach Ronnie Reyes coming out to argue that was not a fair ball, but it went over the bag, and then, I assumed it hit the ground afterwards, but inside the line, it looked like it was fair from where I'm sitting, but Las Cruces still has an excellent chance to take the lead here. Runners in the corners. And a tie ball game. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Runner is going to advance to second. And so it's second and third. As Amaya Pinedo looking for her first hit of the day. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Check swing on a pitch that misses low. 2-0. Now this game's had so many back and forths in it. Who knows what's going to happen now? So here comes the pitch, and that's down and in. And it is 3-0. Cami Munda in the on-deck circle. She's walked twice. So 3-0 here for Lunar. And that's going to miss as well. And so a walk. So it's bases loaded again now. Still nobody out, and we're tied up at 6. Top of the 7th inning, and Las Cruces has tied up this ball game, and they're still looking for more. Mundo will watch that one miss low. And it's 1-0 as the control getting away from Chloe here in this top of the 7th inning. She's not missing by a bunch, but she is missing. There's the pitch. And that one's going to go off the helmet of Munda, who I'm always amazed these kids take one off the head and it's no big deal. She ran over first base and excited, but she's got the RBI, and Las Cruces has the lead again. I don't know how many times I see these kids take one off the helmet and it's like no big deal. Well, it looks like we are going to see a pitching change. They're going to bring in Iceland Ortiz. So the Lady Tigers are going to switch it up and put in Ortiz. And probably some defensive changes as well. Well, I see Lola Carbajal. Now she's coming out to bring the face guard to Ortiz. So I would assume Lunar is going to move to the outfield, and Ruiz will probably come to the infield for Alamogordo. Will probably be the change, but well, just a deflating inning for the Lady Tigers here after the big rally and had scored 6 unanswered, and Ortiz on the upfield umpires is coming in and talking to her. He is actually brushing off the pitching rubber now, so I don't know if we've gone through enough. And I may see another change here for Las Cruces as well. So 11 for 21, I think, is what I heard. And that is the case. So Pacheco will come in and pinch hit or pinch run. And then number 6 here, Krista Barella will hit for the second time today. Ortiz will hit her, and another run comes in. And unraveling a bit here for the Lady Tigers. As the fourth run comes across. Single, hit by pitch, single, walk, hit by pitch, has been the inning. 8-6 Las Cruces now. Yeah, just almost hard to believe. Just the Lady Tigers were, pitching-wise, it looked so good over the last few innings after struggling early on, and then you just would have never guessed that this is the way that this second inning would have gone, or the seventh inning would have gone. First pitch in there to strike to Silva, and it's 0-1. Silva, her fifth at-bat of the day, single, double, strikeout, and reached on an error. She scored 2 runs. And that's going to miss a little bit high. 1-1. And just like the last inning, Las Cruces is going to want every little bit of insurance they can get just based on what we've seen in this game. The Lady Tigers could come up and hit the ball all over the place. Here's a pop-up, and this will be into center field. It is caught. They're going to send the runner. The throw is going to be well off the mark and is going to get away, and that's going to allow another run to get in. So 2 runs will score on the play. On the sac fly, on the missed throw from center field. So give 1 RBI to Silva and then an E8. And it's 10-6 Las Cruces. There is 1 down. And moving over to third on the play is Barela. And the 9th hitter of the inning, Adriana Pena, will come to the plate. Liner back up the middle, base hit. The run scores, and it's 11-6. And the Lady Bulldogs have batted around now. And it'll bring up Kaya Renteria. That's in there for a strike. Renteria, I think, thought that was inside. 0-1. A 1 is a 1 hop back to the catcher. Evans keeps it in front of her. And the count is 1-1. Count is 1-1. 7 runs home in the inning. And still just 1 out. And a ground ball, base hit, that's through into left field. And that'll move the runner up to second. One, two, three. That's the fourth hit of the inning. And we've also had 4 hit by pitches and a walk. We're going to re-enter Leah Pacheco as she is in the on-deck circle. Oh, no, she's in the hole right now. I'm sorry. Hawkins on at the plate. And down and in it misses. 1-0. And I have seen the Lady Tigers have some 7th inning rallies as it's in the dirt and Evans keeps it in front of her. 2-0. They're going to need a big one in the bottom half. Still trying to keep Cruces from adding on to this lead, which is now at 5. Hard hit, ground ball to third. They'll get the force out at third. That'll be it. I should say the ground ball was to short. Kosum throws to third. So fielder's choice. 6-5 on the play. So it's 2 down. And in the dirt on the first pitch to DiMatteo. The 12th hitter of the inning for Las Cruces. Lady Tigers came into this inning with a 2-run lead, now down by 5. And that one will get away from Evans to the backstop. Runners move up to second and third. And it'll be 2-0 to DiMatteo. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a rally from the Lady Tigers in the bottom half. Just feels like that kind of game. The 2-0. And that will miss. 3-0. I think it missed inside. Again, I can't tell inside, outside where I'm hitting or sitting. And that will miss as well, and it's 4-0. It's 4-0. It's a walk. Sorry, y'all. Been sitting in the sun too long yesterday. So it's a walk, and Leah Pacheco steps to the plate. Knocked in 2 runs earlier this inning. She's got the bases loaded and trying to add on to her team's 5-run advantage. And that's in there for a strike. And Coach Reyes wanted a brush off of home plate there. So we have that, and we have an 0-1. Hard hit, and down into center field. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. And for the second time this inning, Pacheco drives in 2 runs, and Las Cruces now leads 13-6. So 7-run lead now for the Lady Bulldogs with Amaya Pinedo coming to the plate. And first pitch will miss low, it looks like. 1-0. Into the windup, here's the pitch from Ortiz. That will miss low. 2-0. These aren't missing by a bunch. The 2-0. And not sure where that one missed. And I'm going to say that missed outside. Like I said, I couldn't tell. That was definitely between the knees and the belt. That one's a strike. 3-1. Hard hit right to Batista. She's got it. And the inning is over, but not before the damage is done. 9 runs come in for Las Cruces in the top half of the 7th. And the Lady Tigers will look for the big rally when we go to the bottom of the 7th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Las Cruces leads by 7, 13-6. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
First pitch is a one-hop to the catcher, and we're underway here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Alexis Rodriguez will lead things off. And if you're Alamogordo, you can't hang your heads here. You got this into your season. The other team just scored 9 runs in an inning. No reason to think that you can't go up there and score 7. (13-6), Las Cruces leads on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Here comes the 1-0 to Rodriguez. That's a called strike, 1-1. And this is a ground ball to second. Toss on to first. 1 down. 4-3 on the putout, and it'll bring up Maddie Ruiz. Ruiz reached on a walk, a fielder's choice, and is grounded out back to the pitcher in her 3 at-bats today. And a 1-hop back to Silva. And it's 1-0. And that's going to be a called strike. Count is 1-1. And Ruiz will call time as she was getting set up in the box. And now she'll step back in. Here comes the 1-1. And that's a good off-speed pitch there. 1-2. And she got it in there for a called strike on the outside corner. And 2 strikes here to Ruiz. The pitch. And that'll just miss. I think outside. 2-2. There's the pitch. In the dirt. 3-2. Base is empty in the bottom of the 7th. Cruces up 13-6. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball, and it is into the outfield for a base hit. So the Lady Tigers get a base runner on. Got a long road to go, but got to start somewhere, and Eddie Chamberlain will come to the plate. Chamberlain, a single in her last at-bat on a bunt. And they've got the third baseman. I believe that's DiMatteo. No, Pinedo, who's pretty far in, expecting a bunt. And there is a bunt. It's a pop-up, and it's right to the catcher. 2 down. And the Lady Tigers are down to the last hitter, Amani Kosum, to the plate. With a runner on first. Amani's had a great day. 3 singles, 2 runs, and an RBI as well, throwing a stolen base on top of that. Kosum will watch the first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and that will get down in foul territory. And the Lady Tigers down to their last strike here, 0-2. And never in a million years would I've imagined that top of the 7th inning going the way that it did, with all the momentum on Alamogordo's side. Sports is a confusing thing oftentimes. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. That's to short. Toss to second, and they've got it. And this one is over as the Las Cruces Lady Bulldogs defeat the Alamogordo Lady Tigers 13-6. We'll come back and wrap it up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all on subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers come up on the wrong end of this Class 5A state tournament game, 13-6, the final. Welcome to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Lady Tigers had the lead going to the top of the 7th inning. It was 6-4, and then it just came unraveled in that top of the 7th inning. Single, hit by pitch, single that brought in 2 runs that tied the game, and then a walk brought in another run. Hit by pitch brought in 2 more runs. A sac fly RBI and a throwing error brought in another 2. A single brought in a run. Later, a 2 RBI single, and ended up being 9 runs in that top of the 7th inning for the Lady Bulldogs, and give them a lot of credit. And it ended up being just a fun game. We had a weird situation in the bottom of the 6th where, as far as I can tell, I tried to get some clarification. Wasn't given it. Chloe Lunar thought she was intentionally walked. She went on to first. They tossed a pitch and claimed that they had hit out of order because the home plate umpire wasn't officially notified of the intentional walk, and so it should have been Chloe still at the plate. And so we had a long discussion about it. Eventually, the umpires brought Chloe back, said it was a 1-0 count, and at the end of the day, Las Cruces still ended up intentionally walking her, and Lady Gonzalez had a big 3 RBI double, which looked like it was going to be the game winner for the Lady Tigers, but the top of the 7th inning came along, and the Lady Bulldogs give those young ladies a lot of credit. They took a 4-0 lead, and Alamo had all the momentum and went ahead, scored 6 unanswered, and the top of the 7th, the Lady Bulldogs come out and score 9 runs. So, like I said, sports is an odd thing. You think momentum really makes a big difference, and it seemed like the Lady Tigers, all they had to do was come up and get 3 outs, and it just did not work out that way for Alamogordo. Amani Kosum on the day went 3 for 5, 3 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Haley Evans goes, 0 for 3, had a run scored, and walked. Chloe Lunar, 2 intentional walks, and a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. That's what got the Lady Tigers going today in a pop-out, so she ends up going 1 for 2. Davi Gonzalez goes 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, an error, but that big 3 RBI double. Alyssa Bautista goes 0 for 3, strikeout, pop-out, a ground out, or I should say a fielder's choice, and then hit by pitch. Iceland Ortiz went 2 for 4, a double and a single. Alexis Rodriguez was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Maddie Ruiz went 1 for 3 on the day with a walk and a single. Grounded to a fielder's choice and a ground out. And then Addie Chamberlain was 1 for 4, a single and a bunt, a pop out, and a strikeouts on the day for her. And Lunar pitched 6 really, really good innings, and then in the 7th inning, she was replaced about midway through there, but I think that's when Cruces had taken the lead 7-6. But she did some good work. Lady Tigers, they got off to a rough start. They had multiple errors that gave Cruces the lead, and then really settled down and played well through the middle innings, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, shut them down. And then 7th inning came along, and Cruces scores 9. So that'll do it for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers softball season. And one of the earlier exits they've had in quite a bit. They've gone on such a great run in recent years, but knocked out here in the final 8. 6 teams remaining in the Class 5A state tournament. Cruces will play Mayfield tomorrow at 9 a.m. Then I think it's Cibola, and I'm not sure if it's Carlsbad or Etrisco that they're playing tomorrow, but that game happening tomorrow. Then, of course, Centennial and La Cueva still alive in Class 5A. Also want to mention Tularosa Baseball lost to Robertson 11-6 today, and their season came to a close. But district champs, great year for them. Great year for the Lady Tigers. Battled back after a tough start to district and got themselves to 3rd place and really played hard all season long. They should be proud of all they did this season. That is it for the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. We appreciate you listening to Tiger Sports all season. That's our last Tiger Sports broadcast of the 2024-25 school year. So whether you've been listening to us for football, basketball, baseball, or softball, we appreciate you joining us all season long. And we will be back with, of course, Tiger Sports and Tiger Football in the fall. And look forward to bringing all that to you. Of course, we'll have plenty more info coming up on All-Stars, All-States, and all district selections over the next week or so. But certainly that will do it for the games. I think all of our teams, exception of Alamogordo Track and Field, are finished up for the year. Alamo Track and Field will be here in the Albuquerque area tomorrow and Saturday to finish up their season. And from Rio Rancho, we appreciate y'all tuning in here on this Thursday afternoon. And we will talk to you all very soon here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101. We appreciate y'all tuning and joining us this afternoon. Again, your final score on the Richardson Motors scoreboard, 13-6, the final score. Las Cruces defeats Alamogordo and eliminates them from the 5A state tournament. Hope everybody has a great rest of their Thursday.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast calling for mostly clear skies and breezy. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 54, Cloudcroft a low of 40. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, becoming mostly cloudy. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 86, low of 59. Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 67, and an overnight low of 43 degrees.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in